www.seancardavillis.co.ke.
More Russian athletes have been banned from competing at next month's Olympics by their sports governing bodies. Federations must rule on whether Russians can compete in Rio following the country's doping scandal, and the International Cycling Union have banned 3 cyclists, including Tour de France stage winner Ilnur Zakarin due to previous drugs cases, while a wrestler has also been banned. Here's BBC Sport with more details.
Well, the UCI are certainly not naming names, but given the fact that we are looking at previous bans, we suspect that Olga Zabalyanskaya is probably one. She won double bronze in London, including the road race, and perhaps Sergei Shilov, who was banned for 2 years in 2009. Now, the UCI say they're also looking at 3 others who were implicated perhaps in the McLaren report. So 3 under investigation, as well as the 3 confirmed today who will not be competing, but 11 Russian cyclists at the moment will be going to Rio. So that's 3 out, including Zakarin, as you say, and 3 under investigation, but 11 Russian cyclists will be making their way to Rio. But given the fact that the IOC had left this down to the individual sports, we're getting updates on this almost hourly. So the Russian cyclists, the latest to be named.
In golf, Rory McIlroy lies 9 shots off the lead after carding a 4 over par 74 in the first round of the US PGA Championship at Baltusrol. The Northern Irishman had 3 bogeys in his first 7 holes in a birdie-free round at the final major of 2016, and American Jimmy Walker leads on 5 under, 1 clear of England's Ross Fisher, Martin Kaymer of Germany, and Emiliano Grillo of Argentina. Here's Walker.
Hadn't been making a lot of putts this year, and last weekend and today I felt like I was gaining some momentum and starting to see some go in, and so it was nice to keep that rolling today. It's felt good. Yeah, I want to win one. I mean, it would be huge. So that's the whole purpose and the goal, and being here is to win. I feel like I've prepared and I'm ready to go this week, and it's nice that that's what showed today. I felt like I was ready to go. So yeah, winning a major is huge. 3 more days to go, and there'll be a lot more too.
Defending champion Jason Day carded a 2 under par 70, and he was satisfied with his performance.
Played good today, drove it very nicely, and hit a lot of good iron shots. I just unfortunately didn't capitalise on the opportunities that I had out there, and it's not disappointing. I mean, it is what it is. I guess I haven't had the greatest, putting display over the last 3 weeks that I've played, and I think that shows a little bit in the results. But for the most part, I feel pretty good about where my head's at, and looking forward to the next 3 days. Hopefully, we can skirt the weather and be able to get this thing in.
Formula One bosses have voted against introducing the Halo head protection system next season. The strategy group of Bernie Ecclestone, 6 leading teams, and FIA President Jean Todt decided it needed more work, but the FIA said some form of increased head protection would be introduced for the 2018 season. Meanwhile, Ferrari will struggle to keep hold of 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel following the departure of technical director James Allison, according to BBC's Tom Clarkson. And Clarkson was speaking to BBC 5 Live.
Do we see Sebastian Vettel having enough with Ferrari then? Because already Luca de Montezemolo, one of the main reasons he went there, gone. James Allison, now gone. Mattiacci, gone. All of these people that kind of were an inspiration for Vettel to make the move across from Red Bull to Ferrari, gone. So what's the inspiration for him to stay now in a rudderless ship?
Well, as Jack says, I mean, let's not forget too that Aldo Costa was the chief designer of Ferrari. They let him go. He's now the chief designer at Mercedes, and you've got to say doing a very good job. So Jack.
Well, just quickly, isn't this one of the reasons Fernando Alonso left Ferrari? Was because all the personnel he wanted never materialised, despite all Ferrari's promises. It's just history repeating itself.
Never materialised, let them go, mismanagement, call it what you will. But I think Vettel now, they're going to really struggle to keep hold of him. I would imagine he's looking over his shoulder. He's probably looking at somewhere like McLaren for 2018. I mean, Vettel, instead of re-signing until 2020, which was being mooted until quite recently, I could see him looking over his shoulder now at what else is out there.
Sean Cardavillis, the voice of sport.